main focus on this video is going to be checking the thermals for the laptop when it's on idle and when it's on full workload or load, as it is in core temp. I'm going to use core temp to measure those temperatures. I don't have a perfect program right now, but in the future I'm going to see if there's software that can do a better job of the benchmarking. But yeah, so I've seen actually temperatures lower than what I'm seeing right now. I'd say as low as like 25 degrees when I started up. Like the first 10 minutes, it was around that temperature. Uh, I did go through quite a few things while I was when I had the computer on. I've been on for about 35 to 40 minutes, so those temperatures are still very low compared to the idle temperatures that I was seeing prior to the upgrade or the changes I made in the thermal paste and thermal pad department. So we're gonna go ahead and start up the Prime 95 workload stress test. So those numbers are going to spike up. It's going to go pretty high. And that's okay, because right now the fans aren't on. So it's just going to start heating up. And then it'll start tapering off. And you'll be surprised by how low the temperatures are going to go once the fan kicks up. At the same time, I'm going to try to keep this video short. I don't think I need to do any stress tests for too long. It's just to give an idea of what the temperatures are going to look like after a certain period of time when it's on for workload. This is really important if you're into gaming or if you're trying to do things that require a lot of processing and you don't want to have to deal with the laptop that you need to turn off, otherwise it's going to start melting. So this was honestly a very difficult thing for me to do, just because this laptop was really expensive and I'm a student and I didn't want to cause any potential damages to it. So I was very careful with it, and having prior experience opening laptops did help. At the same time, just make sure you're careful with like the opening process and making sure that this battery connector is disconnected when you're working on it. And aside from that, everything else is fairly easy to do, which is good, especially if you're somewhat of a beginner. But yeah, those temperatures are gonna go even lower actually, which is awesome. And yeah, it's gonna help extend the life in some ways, just because your processor's not gonna be throttling. Again, this is just my assumption, and based on what I've read in the past, is because it's not gonna continuously throttle and it's not gonna be under so much heat exhaustion that it could potentially extend its life. And I'm sure it might even help the battery. Again, these are just things I'm theorizing. It definitely needs to be tested before, you know, coming to that conclusion. And one mistake I made, and I guess this is the last thing I'm going to mention, is that I did not record like this prior to making those changes. So it did, cause a bit of an issue as far as like seeing what the results would have been prior to this and after this. But honestly, if you're going to go ahead and do it, please go ahead and do that portion of the recording so you know the before and after performance changes. Yeah, you'll get an idea of like how much of an improvement you made. I'm doing something wrong in the process or running Prime 95 in any way, please let me know in the comment section. Would love to learn from everyone in the community. I'm more of a amateur novice when it comes to these things, and while I have some previous history as far as working on doing these types of performance tests, I haven't done it in any high level or professional level. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording right now. Um, Again, what I've noticed in the past is the last time I tried this, temperatures went as low as like 60 something, which was very surprising. And it's gonna start going down, as you can see. Like, it's already gone down to like it's staying relatively 70s, low 70s. So that's really good.